Hey everyone, how's it going? For today's video, let's take an up-close and personal, in-depth look and drive of the Jaguar XKR-S. This is going to be a detailed, in-depth review and road test of the RS. We'll start it up, show the engine, get an exhaust clipping over the performance data, show you many of the unique aspects of both the interior and exterior between this 2015 Coupe and a 2013 Convertible, comparing different options, colors, and more. And before we begin, I'd like to take a moment to extend a big thanks and special shout out to Scott Jaguar, located in Charlotte, North Carolina, for providing the 2015 XKR-S Coupe featured in today's in-depth review. For more information on their dealership, including contact info and current inventory, feel free to check out their website provided in the description box below. And so, without further ado, let's go ahead and start her up, let her run. Standard equipment on the XK is a remote smart key access system so you can lock and unlock the vehicle by utilizing the touch sensors and buttons on both the door handles. To lock, all you have to do is just tap the little black button, the mirrors automatically fold in, and then after waiting a second, go ahead and grab the handle. There's a touch sensor located behind, and it automatically unlocks the vehicle and folds out the exterior mirrors. The RS is available in 5 different colors, including 2 heritage colors, French Racing Blue and Italian Racing Red. This example is finished in metallic ultimate black paired with a special combination of warm charcoal, carbon effect, and soft grain leather upholstery, with red micro piping and stitching, all tailored specifically for the RS. Other cool colors and styles, including two-tone options, are also available. Just climbing into the vehicle gets your heart pumping, because along with the smart key system, push-button ignition is located in the center console. Only when you open the door it illuminates red and beats like the pulsating heart of the vehicle. Befitting its high-performance nature, the XKR-S features a unique Alcantara-wrapped 3-spoke multifunction steering wheel. A pretty simple layout with nice details, including satin silver outline in the upper spokes, subtle chrome trim, and our logo embedded in the leather-trimmed bottom spoke. It directs the front wheels through a hydraulic speed-proportional rack and pinion steering system, delivering a nice weighted feel and plenty of feedback for the driver. I love the grip the Alcantara provides, essentially eliminating the possibility of your hands slipping off a slick leather surface when high-speed cornering. Not to mention a clear view of the instrument cluster and access to your paddle shifters. Firming up the steering in dynamic mode makes you feel even more connected. It goes exactly where you point it with great communication we've come to love from hydraulic steering setups. Of course, low-speed maneuvers are a cinch thanks to extra boost provided by the speed proportional design. Sending power to the rear wheels through an electronically controlled limited slip differential is a 6-speed automatic transmission. Once you power on the vehicle, the chrome drive selector rises from the console like you saw earlier. The knurled surface feels great to the touch, and to engage just to press the brake and twist the dial. A reverse backup camera with adaptive guidance lines is standard. Sport mode, selected by twisting it to drive, pushing the dial down into the right once more holds lower gears longer for livelier acceleration. I of course had the most fun shifting it myself via the aluminum steering wheel mounted paddle shifters. Simply tugging on a paddle engages manual mode. Behind the drive selector is a collection of buttons that alter the way the XKR-S performs. The button with the little car and snowflake is a winter mode that dampens acceleration and adds more traction assist during inclement weather and low grip scenarios. You can even disable traction control completely, only if you were to be so bold. The most significant though is the Jaguar dynamic mode with checkered flag button. Pressing this remaps everything from throttle response, steering weight and transmission shift response to their most aggressive settings. The changes are quite dramatic, especially when shifting by the paddles, where you can take full advantage of the quicker shift times. In normal automatic mode, the car is quite docile, geared more towards comfort, with a bit more sound emitting at increased engine speeds. The transmission shifts smoothly and effortlessly. While not quite as eager as some newer dual-clutch offerings, it does hold its own quite well and is extremely responsive. Of course, dynamic mode is an entirely different beast, which also opens up the dual-mode exhaust for one of the loudest and addictive exhaust notes I've heard in a while. Rev-matching downshifts are always accompanied by snarls and burbles as the car ramps up once again to roar its mighty roar and launch into the stratosphere. So let's go ahead and flip on the LED accented bi-xenon headlamps, rear fog lamps, as well as the hazards. Of course, both the windows are fully automatic, and now we'll check out a little bit of a background with a walk around of the exterior. Over the years I've driven many different types of cars, but the Jaguar XKR-S is something different. It's a car so visceral and exciting you begin to rethink everything that you thought you knew about how a car can deliver such a high level of passion and emotion with each passing mile. When it debuted at the 2011 Geneva Motor Show, the XKR-S was the quickest and most powerful series production Jaguar ever created. Only the limited production XJ220 of the 1990s was faster, recording a top speed of 217 miles an hour compared to 186 miles an hour for the XKR-S. Available as both a coupe and convertible, the RS is for those wanting a track-inspired street performer. It's loud, bold, and fast, just exactly what a Jaguar should be. The front fascia is far more aggressive than the standard XK, designed to maximize aerodynamics in every way possible. With a 10mm drop in ride height, which is nearly half an inch, the car appears far more dynamic, dropping its Grand Tourer luxury look for a demeanor that's ready to pounce on unsuspecting prey. At the nose, the black mesh oval grille and carbon fiber lower splitter is encompassed by a pair of vertical lines that form somewhat of a frame, as if to highlight the changes. On the outer edges, prominent side diffusers work to channel air around the tires to reduce turbulence, before heading down the body with flared side sills to enhance lateral stability at higher speeds. Carbon fiber fender vents add an additional cool touch. The side sills, along with a redesigned underbody and front chin spoiler, also help channel air out to the back through a carbon fiber rear diffuser, creating a Venturi effect, which leads to increased downforce. The hood itself features twin carbon fiber heat extractors with the word supercharged inscripted on each vent. At the hood's leading edge are twin nacelles, which not only feed more cool air to the engine compartment, but also reduces air pressure buildup. Not to mention giving off the look of flared nostrils of an angry cat. Out back, the XKR-S was the first XK to feature a fixed carbon fiber spoiler adding to a racier look. There's even a strip of carbon fiber above the license plate housing beneath the leaper. Unlike the standard car, the RS comes standard with black exterior trim pieces, unless otherwise specified in the optional bright pack. Therefore, the mesh upper and lower grills and window surrounds are all black, aiding to a stealthy appearance. The dual-mode sport exhaust with staggered quad-polished tips provide a notable focus point to the rear, drawing eyes down to the prominent rear diffuser. Reducing unsprung weight by about 10 pounds are a set of lightweight forged aluminum wheels. Standard equipment on the XKR-S and seen on this convertible example are the 6 twin-spoke Vulcan wheels painted in gloss black, unless you opt for the bright package which features polished wheels. The Coupe featured here is fitted with the optional Vortex wheels with machine face and gloss black paint. They measure 20 by 9 inches in front and 20 by 10.5 inches in the rear, wrapped in 255/35 and 295/30 high-performance Pirelli tires respectively. With this setup, the car has been tested to hold up to 0.9 G of lateral acceleration. As far as the brakes, the XKR-S features Jaguar's high-performance braking system as standard equipment, consisting of huge 15-inch rotors in front and 14.8 inches in the rear. The internally ventilated discs are clamped by aluminum 2-piston and single-piston calipers respectively, not to mention they feature greater sweep areas by 44% and 31% respectively when compared to the standard car's brakes. They're able to bring the car to a stop from 60 miles an hour in an impressive 110 feet. The calipers are painted red as standard, but you can also opt for gray calipers at no cost. From the get-go, the XK was actually designed to be a convertible, so naturally it already had a pretty stiff structure, especially when you talk about the Coupe. For the XKR-S, the independent double wishbone suspension has been revised in numerous areas, including revised aluminum steering knuckles in the front suspension, which help increase camber stiffness by 23% and reduce unsprung mass. A 28% increase in front and rear spring rates, a 10mm drop in ride height, and stiffer upper mounts for the rear suspension, among other tweaks here and there. The Jaguar Adaptive Dynamic System was specifically calibrated for the XKR-S and features unique damping and tuning. On the road, the suspension is firm, but it's not punishing. It makes you feel connected to the road, while the adaptive dampers still keep an appreciable level of comfort on smooth roads. When the latest generation XK launched for 2007, it also took advantage of Jaguar's advancements in aluminum construction, yielding an aluminum monocoque design that did more than limit weight gain. It improved power-to-weight ratios and created a body shell that was 31% stiffer than its predecessor. A total torsional rigidity rating of 16,500 Nm per degree of twist. Aluminum weighs significantly less than a comparable steel structure and is a far stiffer material. A big plus when designing a performance vehicle is it increases composure and agility through the bends. Even the traction control was reprogrammed to allow for more spirited track driving. Overall length is 188.7 inches with a width of 74.5 inches and a height of 52 inches, riding on a 108.3-inch wheelbase. Total curb weight, depending on the options, is around 3,800 pounds and may differ slightly between the Coupe and convertible. So let's go ahead and pop the hood. The XKR-S is powered by an all-aluminum, supercharged and intercooled 5-liter V8. Featuring double overhead cams, 4 valves per cylinder, spray-guided direct injection, and dual independent variable cam timing, it was the most powerful production engine Jaguar had ever introduced, this particular one featuring a beautiful high-gloss carbon fiber engine cover. Thanks to revised tuning and fuel mapping, the AJ V8 produces 550 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 502 pound-feet of torque at 2,500 RPM. With a compression ratio of 9.5 to 1 and a red line of 6,750 RPM. That's an increase of 40 horsepower and 41 pound-feet of torque over the XKR. All that power translates to a manufacturer-rated 0 to 60 time of 4.2 seconds, which seems underrated, and tested quarter-mile times of around 12 seconds at 118.5 miles an hour. Top speed is 186 miles an hour or 300 kilometers per hour. As far as fuel economy, with a 15.6-gallon holding tank and required premium fuel, expect a range between 15 miles to a gallon in the city and 22 on the highway. The interior of the XKR-S is as loaded as it gets for the XK lineup, featuring the highest degree of premium leathers and material for a truly unique and exclusive feel, befitting of a proper flagship. Everywhere you touch is soft leathers accented by color contrast double stitching. It feels tailored and well put together, not to mention sumptuous. The lower portion of the door panel is finished in carpeted padding. In addition to the storage pocket, you have high-gloss black trim that surrounds your power windows and power mirrors located on the armrest, and all of your power seat adjustments, including 3-person memory, is all located on the driver's door. The Jaguar Performance seating features 16-way power adjustments, including everything from adjustable lateral support to 4-way power lumbar and thigh support. Sure, they're on the firm side, but offer a fantastic amount of lateral support and are actually surprisingly comfortable for a race-inspired seat, with just the right amount of padding. The flared upper backrest is a cool visual touch, incorporating vestigial ports for racing harnesses and a fixed headrest. The diamond quilting adds lovely detail for a luxurious feel. Down below you have unique XKR-S aluminum door sill entry guards, logoed floor mats with red stitching, and polished aluminum pedals. The steering wheel is power tilt telescoping, while the lower portion of the dash is also wrapped in leather, only it doesn't have the color accent stitching. The bottom control panel corresponds to your trunk, fuel cap release, rear fog lamps, and display illumination. The color accent stitching continues across the top, and you have unique RS aluminum trim found throughout, in addition to black piano veneer and a complete leather headliner by Poltrona Fro. So now let's go ahead and hop on in and get some detailed sound shots, both stationary and on the road. So now let's go ahead and shut her all up and check out the interior amenities and electronics a little bit more in depth. For the XKR-S convertible, the top mechanism is mounted in the upper button stack of the A-pillar. Pressing it seamlessly rolls down the windows, opens up the rear clamshell, and collapses the soft top into the rear boot. Dual roll bars mounted underneath the clamshell behind the rear seats, you can just barely see them right there, provide extra safety to the occupants when the top is down. The XKR-S comes standard with a premium Bowers & Wilkins audio system pushing 525 watts through 8 speakers and 7.1 channel surround sound architecture. While a bit outdated compared to newer systems, the DVD-based system is still easy to use and see thanks to a 7-inch touchscreen. It features a 6-disc in-dash CD changer, iPod and auxiliary integration, in addition to HD and satellite radio. The windshield frame and A-pillars are all wrapped in leather, with your Bluetooth microphone up top there. Leather and Alcantara visors with a little card holder and illuminated vanity mirrors, as well as the standard auto-dimming rearview mirror. The top stack houses things like your parking sensors, your reading lamps, interior illumination, as well as 3-position garage home link. The Nav System is pretty simple to use. It's an older version of the similar setup the Jaguar puts in their newest products, but it's all laid out in a pretty similar fashion. This is your home screen, activated via this button right here, which shows basically a summary of all the different functions, from your heated steering wheel, heated seats, to radio, temperature, and more. Up top is your audio, which we're currently on. You can go between the different menus, AM, FM, CD, and control everything, showing the current track and seeing what other ones are available. Climate control. You can control the majority of the functions down below, which I'll show in just a second, but up here are some shortcut keys. Hands-free Bluetooth telephone, navigation, with all of your destination input, and all of your personalizable options, trip computer, fuel data, and more. Coming down the center console, the simple controls for your dual zone electronic automatic climate control with temperature on either side, fan speed in the middle, one touch auto, and recycling. A little bit of storage with a 12-volt power outlet, black peon veneer center stack with the leather padded trim coming up across the sides, and all of the different functions like we talked about earlier here. Padded leather center console that can slide back to reveal 2 cup holders, and tip up for the rest of the storage, including your USB and iPod integration. As far as the steering wheel, your cruise control is on the right hand side, whereas your radio controls, as well as mute for your telephone, is located on the left. Your wipers and the stalk to the right, and all of your lighting controls, trip computer activation to the left, which shows up in the digital display right here. Not to mention your fuel data. Overall, a pretty simple layout. We'll go ahead and shut her down. And check out the rest of the vehicle. To gain access to the back seat, simply flip up the little chrome handle mounted on the side of the headrest to release the backrest, then use the power seat controls to slide the bottom forward. The back seat itself is pretty small, so I can't imagine too many people being able to sit back there unless they're smaller children that don't have to worry so much about leg space. They are deep sculpted buckets, which is a pretty cool thing, and of course with the convertible version you don't have to worry about headroom. If you're looking for the added practicality, the Coupe is definitely the way to go. The large aluminum hatch out back stows around 11.7 cubic feet of cargo space, which is significantly more than what you would find in the convertible, being that the convertible obviously takes up room for the mechanical top. It's all lined in soft, plush carpeting with a flat loading space and low lift height. Underneath the trunk floor is actually an extra cargo space, so you can stow some extra items. You do have a bit of extra visibility out the back as well, not to mention a cargo privacy cover to keep everything secure and away from hot rays of the sun. The passenger seat also features the same power adjustments that you would find on the driver's seat. The glove box is locking, lined in felt with illumination as well as a 12-volt power outlet. With 2015 being the final year for the XK lineup, looking at the RS over the past few years sure does send it out with a bang. A fantastic performer that carries such a unique combination of refined aggression. If you're ever fortunate enough to be able to drive one, I guarantee it'll be an experience you're not soon to forget. Well everyone, I hope you enjoyed the in-depth look at the Jaguar XKR-S. Be sure to stay tuned next time, there's a lot more where that came from. Take care everybody.